Welcome back. So before we begin our recap, Bluegill Billy reached level 6, and also Bluegill Billy, yeah. Also Bluegill Billy, you recall a strange dream where you were operating a lily pad with Chompy in a sidecar, and in your hands you were holding Her Majesty, the sledgehammer that Alondra Featherly left with you. And as you recall this dream, the hammer seems to shift and change in your grip, manifesting a royal purple tassel and gold filigree along its length. And I have
Oh
already
no.
updated your equipment to reflect your magic warhammer labeled Her Majesty.
Damn. Throwback. I love it, dude.
Yeah, Bluegill Billy was the winner of the Iron Carts race, so he received an in-game reward as promised.
Hell yeah.
So, on the last session of the Iron Hearts, you were all in the igloo that you had constructed, and Lieutenant Rel invoked his connection to Bjorn Thunderfoot to cast the Protection from Evil spell. And and he cast it on Undril, and the priestess or on the priestess of Shiva, Undril. And the strong maternal voice of a deity was heard. It instructed the Iron Hearts to invoke a ritual to bring peace to Undril. So the Iron Hearts, Musharib, Enit, and Chip followed Lieutenant Rel's instruction to begin the ritual. The deity spoke of life, of Undril's connection to life, to her mind, and stated that it had been devoured. So each participant sacrificed some of their own life to restore Undril's. Musharib sacrificed 75% of his HP and his hit dice by drawing blood. Enit sacrificed her own intelligence score, reducing it from a 13 to an 11 by holding her head. Lieutenant Rel sacrificed his remaining hit dice, 6 out of 11, bringing him to 0. AFK sacrificed 1 out of 2 of her remaining 5th level spell slots. Parashar also drew blood, sacrificing 20 out of his current 97 HP and 5 out of his 11 hit dice. Billy sacrificed his favorite meal, pizza with anchovies that he had been holding on to for weeks. And Pip painted a painting of the seance, and revealed in the painting is the form of the goddess of time, Shiva. She is the patron of the metropolis Zobek and the crossroads of Midgard. She was a Nurian god of the Southlands who gave her life to end the Pesaget Revolution with the peaceful surrender of the oppressive death and blood worshipping Nurian pantheon, who the Wanti used to worship. And her sacrifice led to the victory of the Pesaget pantheon, a group of gods devoted to anti slavery and individualist ideals. This piece that Shiva brought to the Southlands is only 20 years old, and she is the first gear forged to appear in Midgard, a race of automaton creatures made from clockwork and cogs, fueled by the soul of a reincarnated Midgardian. She is matron to the Gearforged species and appears as such. And in Pip's painting, she appeared in her Gearforged form, 12 arms spread around her, completing a halo. Her eyes in the painting shined with the god soul that fuels her, a clicking talk that animates and powers her god magic that is like all things in Midgard, finite. With the ritual completed, exploding from the back of Undril's comatose head, the intellect devourer escapes her body, and the brain-shaped aberration is stopped by Julian's sword, killing it. The voice of Shiva spoke to you again. Undril has returned to the cycle of life. She must also return to the cycle of death. The sacrifice of another life must be made to safeguard her soul into the afterlife. It was at this time that Lieutenant Rel stood tall and volunteered, stating that when he began this journey, he vowed to never leave a friend behind, and that he will uphold that vow no matter the cost. And so, Lieutenant Rel, with a tear in his eye, said goodbye to AFK, to Parashar, to Pip, to the Ironhearts and their friends. Amotson and Rel turned to dust, and the body of Undril had a momentary soft glow as the magic left the igloo and the candles went out. The Ironhearts sat with their thoughts and feelings a moment. AFK helped Parashar, Pip, Anit, and Musharib prepare a marker for Lieutenant Rel's final resting place within the igloo. Parashar recovered a stick. Pip carved it to simulate the Amotson snake. They put King Dickbutt's helmet on top, wrapping Lieutenant Rel's military insignia of rank and dog tags around the stick at the center spot of the inside of the igloo. AFK also led the logistics of collecting Lieutenant Rel's belongings and the body of Undril, helping Musharib and Anit secure them to Devon. AFK, with Pip and the Ironheart's blessing, took the Frost King Lieutenant's ring, which will protect her from the cold. The blizzard storm conditions lessened. AFK consulted the map, and with help from Parashar, she leads the remaining Ironhearts and their survived allies at a fast pace towards Camp Righteous, where Lieutenant Rel asked Undril's body be delivered. The party stumbled into some quicksand, Julian worst of all. A nearby totem pole has ancient Chulting writings on it they didn't take the time to decipher. And nearby there are packs of gorillas eating berries and leaves. But AFK quickly cast Fly on Julian and some others, allowing them to circumnavigate these dangers. The Ironhearts finally made it to Camp Righteous. There they found a giant shrine of Ubtao with a crocodile on his back, standing 80 feet tall. There are empty, smoldered, molding tents and a fledgling axebeak creature in a pen. AFK, Pip, and Parashar inspected the tents, found a few occupied by poisonous snakes. They tried to befriend the fledgling axebeak, which is frightened and malnourished. And Anit explained a story she's heard from Nyanzaru locals, the story of crocodile and man. Pip, upon hearing the story, has an idea of how the shrine can be trespassed without activating its traps. Billy gets on Pip's back, emulating the shrine with a crocodile on the man's back, and it allowed them to climb up and into the shrine of crocodile and man. And that's where we are going to continue our story.
R.I.P.D.
Yep. So you guys arrived from the top left corner, where some of you still remain, keeping lookout. AFK and Parashar are right outside the entrance to the shrine, and inside the shrine are Pip and Bluegill Billy. Pip and Billy, you recall you are at the final level of this shrine. You have climbed several stories, I believe 3 or 4, navigating around a pit trap, a puzzle floor, and you are now standing in a room. The floor of this dusty 40-foot high, 20-foot wide chamber is littered with dinosaur bones. Webs stretch from the walls to a 30-foot tall central pillar, which is coiled around a narrow stone staircase. Its steps are covered with dust. Carved into the pillar are reliefs of a man carrying a crocodile. The reliefs follow the stairs to the top of the pillar, on which sits a large, beautiful ceramic jug. Pip and Billy, we'll start with you. I believe you were going to call out to your friends before we ran out of time.
Oh yeah, that is correct. Well, yeah, the plan was to let Parashar and AFK know that we're fairly certain at this point that the traps can be avoided by standing on one another in whichever order. I just thought it might be a good idea to all of us be together. So, AFK or Parashar, one of y'all should climb on top of the other. Probably AFK onto Parashar, but then come on up and join us, or maybe go get the rest of everybody else. It looks like we're going into a room. We might need some backup.
I
am a good ladder.
AFK will point to Captain Julian and go, are you sober, Captain?
Does it make a difference? But, yeah.
Captain, you amaze me with such a good point. We found something over here.
Alright, let me take a gander. I suppose I'm gonna wander over and take a gander, assuming we're not in combat.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Captain, but there are no gander, geese, or gooses to be found here.
There is an axe bill.
Aye, the sweet
He's
boy.
correct. There.
There you go. So yeah, this was all. Wander over here and take a look. Aye, so what am I looking at? Looks like a pair of feet sitting at the bottom of a massive privy. But I know that's not what I'm looking at.
Well, Cap, basically, we found this area has some traps that can be avoided if you stand atop one another and make your way through up these levels of here. So I just thought it might be a good idea for all of us to be together. There's probably going to be maybe some dangers, maybe some puzzles. I thought it would be good to all of us hang out. I like y'all. So, there's that too.
And it looks like the only way to get up is if you're carried up.
Aye, so what about the one doing the carrying? They're just... They don't get to go up?
No, it's like I don't know these terms. Yeah, if you piggyback someone, then both of them can go up.
Piggyback, fireman carry him like a baby, whatever you want, you know. I think you just have to be someone has to be being carried, and then y'all both will be able to get up.
What if we form a human pyramid?
That's a good question.
Can I be on the very top?
I wouldn't want to stress your brittle bones.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
Who we got left over there with the rest of these? With Devin and Chompy, just Boucherie, and Chip.
Yep.
What if we're all just on top of Devin?
That's a good question.
I don't think Devin's gonna fit between these feet.
Yeah, I think that'll be it. We could shrink him, or you know, put him in our bottle.
I mean, if you want to get technical, one person could carry two people if they were strong enough.
You know, which way y'all want to do it. I just figure we either stay together or, you know, I just wanted to let you know it's an option for us all to get up onto here and tell you how. If y'all want to stay down there, that's your prerogative. Me and Billy can proceed, but I want to definitely have y'all along if you want to be here.
How about I carry you guys up with my tongue?
As appealing as that might be in some circles, I'm happy to just carry who needs carrying with my arms or shoulders, or you know, not me tongue.
I think they had to do a lot of jumping too, and climbing. But
I extend my tongue.
Okay. So, Captain, I'd like a Parashar cap. Anyone, just not the tongue.
So, Pip and Billy, you guys are multiple stories up. It's kind of hard to visualize with this top-down view, but there's about 10 feet to each story, and you guys are 4 stories up. So Billy and Pip, you are at the top over here, and everyone else is at the bottom over here. Right where Parashar is standing, you have already navigated past a pit trap, which revealed itself when you guys attempted to enter the shrine without someone on your back, piggyback style. So Pip and Billy, you guys are at the top of the shrine, you know, approximately 40 feet, you know, give or take, with the angle away from everyone else. So to move things along here, Parashar, AFK, Julian, do you have any questions about the shrine, and are you proceeding or staying outside?
I was going to suggest, that we proceed. I was just going to ask if the captain wanted to be carried or do the carry.
I think the captain is more able to do the carrying.
I don't know how strong Parashar is.
Or be pitched too.
Parashar's an oak, man.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is I could give someone spider climb, so that whoever's doing the carrying can just kind of scurry up the walls without an issue.
Okay.
AFK, you have already detected a large amount of magic on this area, and you suspect that your spider climb will have no effect.
So it's like anti-magic?
You are detecting not only anti-magic, but you guys discovered through trial and error psychic magic, a barrier that can't be seen, that Billy and Pip ran into when they attempted to climb the shrine without piggying back.
Well, never mind then.
So yeah, you gotta go up two at a time. I think so. I like the pyramid idea. I think that might work. I just think I mean, will they have clearance if they're 3 high? Will they make it up? Like, can we see? Is there like enough vertical height room for them to fit in stacked 3 high?
As I recall, there's 20 feet to work with. Let me double check. The ceiling here is 23 feet high. The next ceiling is 23 feet high. The puzzle floor was 16 feet high. And the floor you are on is 9 foot high.
So not the puzzle floor, because Parashar, you're like over 6 foot, right?
Okay. So how about Captain, you and Parashar
Aye.
work together, and I'll go get Chip.
Well, there you go.
Reasonable proposition. My favorite navigator, navigating us through this problem. Very able.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well done.
My arms are like steel.
Aye, then. Perhaps I'll clamber up onto your shoulders. I guess Julian's getting a piggyback ride?
Can only command at the top of the mast, Captain.
Aye. Well, actually, that's where we send the most junior sailors who are like to fall off if they don't have their sea legs.
Yeah, the ones we don't care about.
Oh, so that's why there's no plank. I see.
Oh my god.
All right, so Chip is a little frightened at first, looks down the shrine. He says, so as long as AFK is on my back, we'll be safe?
You got it, buddy. It's
I
not like
do.
all my stuff here doesn't work or anything. We'll be fine. You can trust me.
I'm not known for my strength, but I'm indebted to you. I owe you my life. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You are not very strong. All right. Well, good luck, us.
Parashar, please lead the way.
And with large, vaunting legs, he will somber forward, presumably with somebody on his back, so that we can. Is Julian on his back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or standing atop his shoulders. He's got sea legs and a great deal of grace.
Perfect. So whatever position he's in, I'll be stumbling forward slowly.
Indeed.
I can't help but imagine this like a Cirque du Soleil act.
So Parashar, and with Julian on his back or shoulders, navigates past the pit trap at the start of the shrine. You navigate up the second floor where you can see little slits in the walls beside you, little wall niches. And you navigate over a floor where you can clearly see it is a puzzle. There are squared off sections you should be able to see on the map right here once you get your token up there. That there are 16 different squares that you can step on. And Julian, because you're on Parashar's back, you can see a door over the ledge in front of you. So it's kind of like a step, and you're looking over the next step onto the next floor where Pip and Billy are.
Okay.
And if they stand to the side, you can see the pattern on the door corresponds to the pattern on the floor, with the bottom door row matching to the floor row closest to you.
Okay.
So you can see there are X's, like a do not step here symbol on some of the squares.
So like a snake on a yellow flag, the do not step sign.
Do not tread here.
Okay.
No.
Come on, dog.
So with some direction from Julian, Parashar can navigate which puzzles tiles to step on.
Aye. You know your starboard from your larboard, eh? Or is your head up your stern?
Boat joke.
Parashar is like, his eyes are white. Seems to be in one of his trances again.
Yes, as he deals with his inner son.
Inner child, right?
Yeah.
Inside of every Parashar wooden bear bug is another mini Parashar wooden bear bug.
He's doing some therapeutic inner child work right now.
Yes, I'm imagining the small one jumping on a bed right now and then leaping onto my back.
Maybe he's like one of those Russian dolls where if you open him up, like a smaller version pops out.
Mm-hmm. He is big.
That's horrifying to think about. Thank you.
No, because in the very center, it's like a gnome or something. It's weird. Just like controlling, you know. Yeah, sorry.
So Julian, you grab a couple twigs and ratatouille your Parashar bot across the puzzle floor.
Excellent.
And you make it to the edge. There is a 7-foot ledge in front of you. And once you ascend that, you are joined by Pip and Billy on the last floor, where you can see the spiral staircase in front of you and the door at the end of the room, which has the puzzle pattern on it.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Glad you could make it.
Hey guys.
It was smooth sailing once I got me vessel in line.
Well, no rush, AFK. Chip, take your time. Be safe.
Boy,
I'm not being
Chip,
sarcastic. I feel like it sounds like that, but I'm being genuine.
Chip,
I
you
vote
can
that we
fly.
just keep going.
You can fly, right, Chip?
They'll catch up.
Oh. What was that, AFK?
Chip, you can fly, right? While carrying me? No?
He shakes his head no. You are heavier than I can carry while flying.
All right, hold on. What can I take off? She's gonna look through her bag here real quick.
Oh, you could reduce your size.
No, I can't because magic doesn't work in here.
Oh, is this the same for spider climbs that?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. AFK is detecting that this place has some powerful magic suffused in it. And the intent of the puzzle is not to find a spell to get around it, but to recall the story of Crocodile and Man.
All right. Good luck, Chip. I'm going to call you Croc from now. Good luck, Croc.
What's your name?
Croc.
I don't care. It's Croc now.
Croc is my uncle, but it's fine. It's fine. Hold
You
on.
got it, Uncle Croc.
So, Chip and AFK move a little bit more slowly, but they are able to navigate their way across the shrine's traps with AFK on Chip's back. AFK, when you reach the ledge and you're looking at the door with the pattern on it of the puzzle floor that you just navigated, the door you can tell is an illusion. There is illusory magic at play.
Oh, that's neat.
What's that?
Oh, just admiring the scene. I'm gonna look around here, see if I see a rock or anything. Is there like a little debris on the ground?
There's dinosaur bones on the ground.
She's gonna, yeah. Hey, Billy, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, this is gonna sound weird, but I need you to pick up one of these bones and throw it over there.
Oh, I never thought you would ask.
Yeah, I surprised myself.
Yeah. Give me that tibula, baby.
Actually, it's you know what? You're good, Bluegill. You're good.
I'm like balancing on your back all the while you're trying to pick up a bone off the ground.
Picks up the skull.
All right, so Billy, you chuck this dino bone at the door, and as soon as it hits the door, you hear it, you kind of see it disappear for a moment, and you hear it collide with the stone wall behind it and fall to the ground in front of the illusory door. So it appears like it's gone into the door through the illusion, but only for a fraction of a second before it hits what sounds like wall behind it and then falls to the ground in front of the illusory door.
Good job,
I.e.,
Billy.
there's
I knew
no
you got
passage
this.
there.
I.e., there is just wall behind the illusory door.
Aye. Well, that is disappointing, but also narrows our options. So let's take a look at this pillar and inspect that a little more thoroughly. Try and see if we can make sense of this here.
So the staircase that spirals around the pillar is 2 feet wide. Each step is 1 foot higher than the one below it. Pip, you can make an investigation check. And is anyone going to help Pip inspect the staircase?
Yeah. I might as well.
All right. Billy, you can also roll investigation.
Oh, I was muted. I'm sorry. I was going to help him.
Oh, okay. No worries. The three of you take a gander at it.
Huzzah.
The captain had a long swig of his drink.
Yeah.
Realizes he was talking to himself.
Yeah, just let me tell you about the sea.
Pip, you do notice that there are... You kind of have to wipe away some of the dust from the first step, but there are glyphs, like little runes, hidden into the first step, like carved into the stone. And AFK, you are able to decipher the rune as a glyph of warding, and it seems to be emanating the same suffused magic as the rest of the shrine and the illusory magic on the door. It has the same kind of signature as the invisible barriers that you guys have already passed by going piggyback.
I don't know if I can do anything to runes, but that's good to know.
Yeah, so Pip, along with that arcane information that AFK relays to you, you're able to deduce that walking up the staircase one at a time will trigger the glyphs of warding, but continuing piggyback should keep you safe from the traps like the ones you've already passed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's more straightforward than what I thought would be here. I think that door is a whole red herring. Let's I guess go up these stairs 2 at a time, just like we have been.
Chip, you carried me up. I'll carry you up this time.
Oh, I think we found out that switching spots midstream can throw you completely out. So I would say don't try that. Just to be careful.
Oh, okay. All right. Good luck, Chip.
He like wipes some sweat from his brow. So Pip and Billy, it sounds like, are going to go up the stairs first.
Hey, let's hold hands, Pip. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm
Harsha
definitely
will-
standing on or sitting on your shoulders, but we're holding hands while we're doing that. Yeah.
Harshar will motion to try and get in front. He would like to take the brunt of, anything that would come at us. So if he can,
Okay.
he'll try to wriggle up there.
All right, so Parashar and Julian, are you staying at the bottom of the spiral staircase or going up following Pip and Billy?
I'm gonna follow Pip and Billy.
Okay.
Taking the stairs 2 at a time, like they did, just stepping where they stepped.
All right. I would like all 4 of you to
Ruh-roh.
do nothing. You just walk up the spiral steps.
Son of a
you motherfucker.
As you walk up the spiral steps, you see at the top is the ceramic jug. It has some beautiful Chultan tribal designs all around it, and it is also covered in dust. And it just sits before you, Pip and Billy, Julian and Parashar right behind you.
What was it again?
It's a big ceramic jug. It is like the size of a ice chest. Like it's just a huge jug covered in tribal designs. AFK, you can detect that this item has some sort of magic. It is some sort of magic item.
Was there a jug in the story? With the story?
No.
No.
Nope.
But the message, so far, I mean, at least in my perspective, feels like it's trying to say something about service to each other, and it seems kind of be part of the lesson of the tale that we were told. Maybe it has something to do with instead of one person taking the jug, somebody else is pouring a glass for somebody else or something like that. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here, y'all. Don't take me too seriously.
But I don't know either, but Message in a Jug is my favorite song by the Police.
I hate cops.
Spoken like a true pirate.
Aye.
R.
Don't ever say that in front of me ever again.
I like Sam said that joke was well earned. So Pip and Billy, what are you doing?
Well, I guess first is we'll make sure that this isn't some kind of trap. Maybe do a little investigation just to, I mean, unless that's kind of like formality.
Yeah, you detect no traps present at the top of this spiral staircase. You can see only the jug. It seems to be held in some sort of reverence, and it is covered in dust like it has not been moved in a very long time.
Is there anything in it?
So yeah, standing on top of Billy's shoulders, when you look inside the jug, it does appear empty.
What do you see up there?
Well, the jug looks empty, but there's something not quite.
You can hear or you can smell water inside the jug, but it appears empty.
You know, like when you haven't drank water for like 14 hours because you were gaming a little bit too hard? Well, it smells like that inside this jug. So, I mean, I'm just stacking mystery upon mystery here, y'all. I'm sorry.
Why don't AFK and Pip, you can both make Arcana checks.
Oh.
And anyone else trained in Arcana, anyone proficient with it.
What if I can spell Arcana? And by the way, Pip, what kind of seaman are you if your only experience with not drinking water in 14 hours has to do with... No, I don't know. One-eyed Jack, 21, roulette.
AFK, you have heard of this item before in your studies at the Academy of Arcane Arts in Bemia. You are aware of an item you've heard called an alchemy jug, which has the ability to manifest any liquid you steep into it. Billy stubs his toe as you're thinking on this AFK. Shane, you're muted.
I relay that to them.
Okay, well, alchemy jug.
Man, that really hurt. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Billy. I feel like it's all because we're out of balance because I'm on your shoulders is the thing. So I apologize for the burden that I literally am on top of you.
From across the shrine at its entrance, you guys hear Chompy. And he's just running back and forth outside the shrine trying to get your attention.
Oh, shit. Alright, well, we should probably attend to that. I know that we're, like, on the brink, but we got in here pretty easily. It seems like fairly easy to traverse if we try to do it again. I think, did we take damage when me and Billy tried to switch spots and got flung out of the temple? Did we take damage?
I don't know. Check your HP. I'm pretty sure you took a little bit of damage from falling
Psychic
and then a
damage?
little bit of psychic damage.
Yeah, okay.
Did
Yeah,
I
I guess
take
40
damage
feet.
when I stub my toe?
No.
Don't
Okay.
give him no ideas. Alright, well, should one or all of us go? I'm not sure how to deal with this. Obviously, Chompy looks alarmed. It sounds like it's not. He's just not happy, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get your attention, and he keeps motioning his head to the left.
What is it, boy?
Oh.
It
And he
sounded like he said,
makes,
rah, 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 rah.
he makes a snarling face, baring his teeth.
And he inclined his head to larboard. And made a snarling
Oh.
face.
That's a bad sign, fellas.
All right, let's move. All of us, I guess, because we might need all of us. I think it's probably the best. Let's go.
Danger is ahead.
Aye, so, let us beat a tactical retreat.
You guys
Yeah,
can navigate your tokens to the shrine entrance and then stop at the entrance.
So, right about here?
No, way down at the feet
Oh,
by Chompy.
Aye.
Here, I'll give you guys some room there. There we go.
yeah.
And as you guys are stepping out of the shrine,
Oh my God.
you see goblins stacked 2, 3, and 4 feet high with tribal masks on their heads. And some of them are fighting with Musharib, some of them with Anit, and a couple have already been skewered by Devin.
Ruh-roh.
All right. Well,
And before we roll initiative, we'll just go in the following order. Julian, what do you do as you step outside the shrine?
Well, I'm going to move to, well, I'm gonna, assuming I see the materia, I'm gonna, immediately I'm gonna draw my weapon and, make every effort to protect our sweet boy Devin, as well as, you know, the non-combatants in our party, because God knows we've lost enough of them.
There is some difficult terrain to navigate around. The tents, the pen with the axe beak in it.
Well, in that case, can I use one of Ravenwing's abilities? Specifically, running wind as part of a dash or move action. I may use my movement speed as flying speed. And basically,
Absolutely.
then I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Julian is going to basically crouching tiger, hidden dragon his way over there.
Waving the raven wing back and forth in front of you. You take these little light steps as if you're on a stuntman's rigging of wires and navigate wherever you wish within your movements.
Hey, don't reveal too much behind the scenes stuff, okay? Because the crew that rigs up Julian with the wires and stuff, they do a really good job. So.
All right, so yeah, you can, we'll forgive 5 or 10 feet here as you guys are all kind of getting out of the shrine. Okay, perfect. There you are. All right, and did you want to use any actions or bonus actions as you see these goblins all stacked around you with obsidian spears and daggers and clubs?
Well, let's see. I'm not in melee range because I think this was 30 feet, right? Even from Pip. And that's both the closest we can get, yeah?
Yeah, if you're limited to 30 feet. You could get diagonal from the other one if you want to move away from a neat. You can go down right 1 square, just kind of be standing on that fence.
Okay, yeah. Very graceful, actually. Then I guess it's longbow time, so while balancing on this fence, he's going to look at his sword and put it away and grab his longbow and skewer this boy right here.
Okay.
Holy shit. That thing's super dead.
Yeah.
Damn.
You can roll your critical hit damage on that one.
All right, so it's just a wee little 32 damage.
And your arrow skewers through it and into the one behind it.
Glad I set up the archery butts amidships on our way here. Been practicing.
It sinks through the mask, cracking the mask, leaving a hole in the goblin's head, and then sticking into the mask and into the skull of the goblin behind it. They both fall to the ground, dead. And that's your first attack.
Oh. And perhaps this fellow Medicine Musharib deserves a poisoned arrow to the nugget. Oof. Oh no. Oh, hang on. I got tools for this. Before we go nuts with the you impaled Musharib in his poor sad forehead. All right. I'm gonna burn a superiority die. And yeah, do a precision attack and add a D10 to that attack roll. So there are 13.
All right. You can roll damage on that.
On Musharib.
Normally, I roll a critical failure as something that you cannot change, but I'm going to waive that ruling for now. As the arrow, you make a precise attack and it lands into the goblin. This one, he has another goblin friend standing on top of him who falls to the ground as the one beneath him has this arrow stuck in his chest.
All right, who's next? I suppose I only get a.
Does he need help?
Do I need help?
Yeah, I believe you just recently got your third attack.
Third, yeah, that's right. And yeah, and if we were in melee range, I'd get a fourth, but that's okay. The fellow beside him, the one who fell on the ground. Yeah, the one who is prone on the ground and disoriented, making a nice stationary.
So you do get disadvantage on your arrow attacks against enemies that are prone.
Oh.
He's harder to hit.
Well, that's rude. In that case, I'll go after this dude who's trying to flank us over yonder.
Okay.
So yeah, let's party with that fella. Ah, much better.
And you're pointing at this one?
Yeah, the one off upper right.
And this one's on top of the goblin in front of him. He takes the arrow to the shoulder, does a couple spins, makes a Wilhelm scream, and then falls to the ground.
And for the rest of his short life, all he could think of was, I used to be a totem pole, but then I took an arrow to the chest.
You are within range of this one here if you wanted to use your bonus action.
There's one in melee range?
Yes,
I
he's
literally
diagonal.
don't see one on my map. So interesting. But yeah, I will silver cutlass him right in the nugget if he's available. Oh god.
Ooh. And you split him in half with your offhand silver cutlass attack, his mask cracking and breaking in half, and his body falling before spurting out hoses of blood.
Just after some Legolas level archery, just as an afterthought. Oh yeah.
That is your turn. We're gonna let Pip go next.
All right.
And then after that, it'll be Parashar.
I would really
telling-
hate if this was all just a misunderstanding and they just wanted to have a polite chat.
You can see they were attacking Musharib and Anit, and Devin already had one skewered on his
he had
horn.
one skewered, but yeah. With our luck, I'm just saying. They could have been trying a really high pressure sales tactic. What about some Cutco knives?
So you were saying there's rough terrain. If I was just trying to go directly to like,
You cannot
here?
go through the tents or the pen.
Okay.
If you move over a square with the walls on it, it counts as 10 feet of movement instead of 5.
I see. Yeah. Well, Oh, I've got freedom of movement. Why don't I just use that? Can I do that to myself? I can touch myself. It says you can touch a creature. I'm just clarifying. Yeah.
I don't
So
think
my
okay.
because that'll take. It's unaffected by difficult. I'll be unaffected by difficult terrain.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw that in chat. So Pip quickly kind of like throws some paint out in front of himself and steps in it, and his gait is unaffected as he passes all this difficult terrain. It's like he's walking on a cloud of air.
All right. So you can move your token within your movement speed.
Right, that part. Okay, hold on. I think this is the thing I need. Yeah, there we go.
And
not even sure if
you
I'm
have
still...
a bonus action you want to use.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I have much as far as bonus actions in this instance, but I'm at least closer. So there's that.
Okay.
I guess I'll shout out to my friends. Don't worry, we're coming. We're here to help.
Musharib kind of has a spear locked against one of the goblins that has fallen dead. The other one prone. Anit kind of looks at you a little bit worried, as Julian has already dispatched of the goblins she was engaged in combat with. You can hear the rest of the goblins crying out in their goblin language. And Parashar, is there anything you would like to do?
Yes, yes. Hold on. Let's see. Have I even stepped out of the area yet?
I
You
just
can. Well, I just needed to share space with. I couldn't stack all the tokens on top of each other. You can give yourself 5 or 10 feet of movement and then have a starting point, but you should be right about here.
Okay, and I can go straight north from here?
If you attempt to navigate through a tent or through a wall, it costs double movement.
Say again about the wall, please?
You can't go through them. They cost double movement.
To go through a wall, yes. But, so is there a wall? Where's the wall? Is that corral-looking gate thing?
Yep, that's the pen for the axe beak.
Okay, so I'm going to go just a hair left to that, and I'm going to go right next to Pip or on top of. Can I make it? Should be able to go right above Pip.
Yep.
So I'll move there. Actually, I can take a dash action, and I'd really like to do that. Well, no, that's 5 feet every turn. Yeah, let's go right above Pip, and then I'm gonna go into defensive stance as my action. And then that'll be it.
All right. And are you using do you plant yourself or is it just the dodge action?
Not dodge, it's defensive stance. So I haven't grown large, and I haven't created difficult terrain around me yet.
Okay.
But I am in defensive stance, so I can do the if they walk.
Multiple reactions.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. And Billy, you've got Chompy right next to you. You see your friends reacting to the goblins. What would you like to do?
Can I pull out my longbow?
Absolutely. And that is a free action
Sorry.
to pull out your longbow. Didn't mean to talk over you. It's a free action to pull out your longbow, so go ahead. And are you aiming at a goblin?
Oh, yeah. I meant to say that I was aiming at this guy right here. He's right above a tree.
Oh, right here?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, an 11. Yeah, he is behind the tree, so he's got some partial cover. Your arrow sticks into the tree right next to him, and he looks over at you, pulls down his mask, and goes, and puts the mask back up. But you do have a second attack.
I'm gonna shoot my longbow at the one next to him on the right.
Okay. So you notch another arrow. And this one hits its mark. You burp as you release the arrow, and it makes a death gurgle as it falls to the ground.
Did you see that, Chompy?
Did you want Chompy to do anything?
I just want him to keep following down.
Hello and welcome. My
To
name
be
is...
with our friends.
All right. Pip, you hear Chompy come galloping up behind you.
Oh, hey, buddy.
AFK, what would you like to do?
AFK. Okay. Just gonna step down just a couple steps here.
And then she's gonna call in nuke from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
No. I'm just going to fireball the one to the far left.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Devin.
Far left,
Oh.
fire bolt.
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
that's the one.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll damage on that.
That is... Did I roll? So it should be... And then +5, I think. Hold on, I'll just look real quick at... Which one was it? This one. To the damage roll, yes it is. So that would be...
You're
So
a
that'd
little
be,
quiet, Shane,
12.
but it sounds like you'll deal
Okay.
12 damage.
Yes.
Okay. You hurl this bolt of fire, and the goblin with its mask looks at you. The mask goes up in flame. You see a look of horror on the goblin's face as it is immolated by your bolt. The rest of you see a goblin on the far right, closest to the tree line of the jungle. He has a mask that's a little bit bigger than all the other goblins, and you hear him call out, and all of the goblins begin retreating back into the forest.
Oh, good. Everybody okay?
Does anyone speak goblin?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
They were
Good
like, you
question.
killed Dave, you son of a bitch!
Oh, not I.
I speak Draconic. I could say in Draconic, anybody speak Draconic? Which I believe would sound like rah, 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 rah.
Oh, hey guys. Hey, Chompy. I'm with you now.
Oh.
There is one goblin who had fallen on the ground, and so it takes him a little bit longer to get up. As the rest of the goblins leave him behind, he stumbles back up onto his feet and retreats, but he is within distance of any of you to take an action if you wish, or do you want to let it go?
Does anyone have the ability to speak to any of these goblins, or would this, like, because I imagine we could question them.
And you don't have long to think about what you're going to do. Is anyone going to stop him?
I have nothing, so if you do, speak up or say goodbye to this goblin.
Yeah, I speak no goblin. Good day.
All right, you guys let the last goblin retreat back into the forest. You can see your friends, Devin, Musharib, and Neat, are out of breath. Thank you, IronheartS. It looks like they were waiting just outside the line of the jungle and waited until you had all gone into the shrine before risking battle with us. It's a good thing Devon was here.
Aye, he is the sweetest boy.
I'm glad y'all are all right. Well, I would say y'all should move your position into at least the front of this shrine that we are all entering, so that you might be able to at least be an eye shot in case them guys come back.
Yes, Pip.
Because there's something going on in there we definitely can't not investigate, especially now that we're here at Camp Righteous. Unfortunately, sans anybody who knew why we were coming here. Sadly. May they rest in peace.
What did you find in the shrine?
Well, a series of traps that can be avoided by going one atop the other, like that tale about the man and the alligator. Crocodile? What was it now?
Crocodile Dundee.
I love that play. That man got a big old broadsword.
Aye, now that was a knife. But, yes, we
Yeah, that's
encountered
what we found.
an alchemy jug, apparently.
Oh,
Whatever the hell that is.
we're not quite sure. Yeah, but we found one.
Yeah,
And it smelled like water.
Should I ask a question here or in chat?
Is it a question for your GM or a question not related to the game?
GM.
Yeah.
So related to Pip's special spell, that freedom of movement, would that work with me? Because I reduced my speed to 5 when I transformed large. Would that make it so I could move regular speed?
No. It makes it so that you cannot be slowed down, but it does not speed you up.
Right, but it says unaffected by spells or other magic effects cannot reduce your speed, and exactly what it does is it reduces my speed to 5.
I'm
Okay.
waving a big GM hand of no.
Got it. Yep. Cool.
Although
Don't
quite
believe
clever.
that was their intention. Yeah.
What's wrong?
If you encounter a spell that increases your speed, I might consider it, but I think you're strong enough as it is. So you guys are left to the sounds of the jungle, and Musharib, and Musharib mentions, "It looks like you have made the goblins think twice before attacking us, but goblins are not known for their intelligence."
They'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
Well, yeah, it sounds like they'll probably be back almost as soon as we go inside this area. But yeah, if you stay in front of the entrance to it, at least we'll be able to see you.
Perhaps I stay back as a rear guard. I'm not much in the puzzle solving department, but in terms of goblin slaying, I think I'm unparalleled.
Well, there you go. If you're willing to stick back, just let us know. You know, key lime pie, bada boom, bada bang, whatever you want your catchphrase, safe word, what have you to be.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Captain, I couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. Pip, who are you taking in the shrine with you?
Oh, I figure we let Chip stay out of that whole kerfuffle, and me and Billy would continue as before with AFK on Parashar. Does that sound amenable to all?
Stoic nod from Parashar.
All right. Well, let's get right back to where we once were.
All right. Pip and Billy, you navigate your way through the shrine, AFK and Parashar behind you. You navigate to the alchemy jug. You may take it if you wish.
Take it. Like, we're not going to get in trouble.
No, for brevity's sake, to keep the story moving along, you already sensed that there were no traps around it. It is sitting on a pedestal for reverence, covered in dust. If you want to leave it, you can leave it. If you want to take it, you can take it.
Yeah, I guess we take it for at least the purposes of showing it to Musharib and Neat. Oh, and learning a little bit more about it. Exactly. All right.
AFK is already well versed in the alchemy jug and describes its properties to you. This is a wondrous item, fairly uncommon. It appears to hold a gallon of liquid and weighs 12 pounds, whether full or empty. And it can conjure, I think, once per day, 2 gallons of any liquid that you announce to it.
Oh, good. Mayonnaise. Excellent.
Yeah, why the hell is mayonnaise an option?
Presumably,
It says
whoever made this is a
oil.
fan of ale.
Is that cooking oil or like black oil?
I imagine it could be either one.
It's whatever you say into it.
Crude oil? Should we start the Industrial Revolution? All right. Well, cool. I'm glad no great deity or character from lore is going to be eternally mad at us. I think the less curses we carry around, the better. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be visited by a man carrying a crocodile soon.
Well, anybody want to look after this thing? It don't weigh too much.
I'm just saying, Captain.
Aye.
It can make 4 gallons of beer a day.
Well.
And not just the watered down beer. The any beer you want.
Can it make grog?
I think grog is a kind of beer. I think if you can make honey and you can make beer with this thing, and you can make wine with this thing, we're just semantics, you know, at that point. What is what at that point?
Aye, and grog definitely doubles as an acid and a basic poison. And mayonnaise if you're feeling spicy.
Captain, no one but you would ever get that spicy with grog.
And that's why I'm the captain.
That's why I trust you with my life.
So as you guys navigate out of the shrine with your alchemy jug and all of its wondrous possibilities in mind, you do hear a voice call out from the jungle to the south, opposite the direction of the goblins. And you recognize the voice. It is the voice of Lieutenant Rel. and it calls out, "IronheartS, this way."
This some kind of trick?
Doubt.
You can make an insight check to
Hey.
Thank
determine
you.
if it is a deception.
We know him.
All of us are just those proficient.
It.
Well, Pip was the first to say, "Is this a trick?" So
Oh.
I gave him a roll. But anyone else can roll insight. All
Oh,
of
I
you
said
can.
doubt.
Oh.
What do you do, AFK?
Oh, I just said doubt, like the push X to doubt button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I immediately thought Tom Hardy and Mad Max going, "That's bait."
Pip and Julian, you sense no deception. It seems to be Lieutenant Rail's genuine voice speaking with genuine inflection.
Then I suppose we cautiously make our way toward it.
And
Yeah, I feel like
you
there's
hear-
nothing.
Go ahead.
I just feel like there's so much. We came all this way to get to Camp Righteous for Rail and Undriel. So but Rail's calling us. So I'm just confused. I'm a little bit kerfuffled, but I suppose we get on while getting's good.
You hear Lieutenant Rail's voice again. "This is the way."
All right. Any opposed? Let's move.
I am
mosey.
very opposed.
Oh,
Sorry,
And-
shrugs very, very unknowingly.
And as you guys are kind of huddled, discussing whether you're going to continue south, stepping out of a rock, like as if it had intangibility, you see a very small creature. It goes up to no taller than your knee. It is black, all black and skinny, with little hairs coming out of it, and it has a completely white mask. And at the top of the mask is an Ironheart insignia, and each of the eyes is one of Lieutenant Rail's dog tags and one of the symbol for the Order of the Gauntlet, a gauntlet fist. "This way, friends." You hear Lieutenant Rail's voice again.
well, I'm sorry. AFK. I'm compelled to believe this this little thing and Rail's voice. Let's try and resolve this. What are you thinking? Might be
I
going
just
on.
want to see my best
mean-
friend again.
You mean like
Yeah.
firebolt? I don't know what you mean by resolve this.
Well, it's Rail's voice calling us. I'm fairly sure here that this is a genuine. I don't know. Some kind of
Genuine
guidance.
spiritual phenomenon. Is what you're saying.
Who's the resident expert on Chult? Is it Musharib?
Yeah,
Right.
Musharib, you guys see he's like motioning to you guys to be quiet, and he like puts out his hands to stay still, and he says, "It is the spirit of Chult."
Thought it was the spirit of Rel.
Mushrib, can you
I have-
elaborate?
I have heard stories of these spirits of Chult. My brethren call them Chwinga. They are known to help those who are lost find their way.
Oh. Well, that's pretty compelling to me. I would not want it to get firebolted to AFK if you could give us, at least
It-
trust us in our trust
was
of
not
it,
a-
maybe?
I wasn't suggesting it. I literally didn't know what you meant by take care of it.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Apologies. Well, yeah, let's tentatively follow this little critter. It seems on the up and up. Musharib, I trust Musharib at least.
Musharib has this like childish glee on him. You've never seen him like so moved and joyful. And he looks at you all. I have never seen one before.
And
So this is
Parshar stares intently.
Julian's gonna look at the party and say, for future reference, when suggesting things to the illustrious AFK, I recommend avoiding the phrase "take care of" because it can mean so many ambiguous things. It could mean murder. It can mean feed. It can mean fuck.
Yeah,
Just
one time Captain told me to
be
take care of the bill.
And she blew up the bill with a fireball.
Along
we'll
with
always
the person
remember
who
Bill
charged it.
fondly.
But yes, so we definitely don't want to firebolt these.
Parashar, as you look at the Chwinga, a flashback flows through your mind rapidly. You guys see Parashar's eyes turn white for a blink of a moment. Parashar, you recall encountering these creatures before you had the sapling planted in you, when you were still a bugbear, all of which are memories that are very vague. You recall water ripples against the soft, pale light of the moon and the stars. You recall a shooting star zipping by, its reflection in the water holding still as if stopped by time. It grows brighter and larger until the light takes the shape of a woman covered in plants and ice. She stands perpendicular to the water, trapped behind it, like a woman looking into a stand-up mirror. She takes form, a dryad. Her skin grows leaves of mithril in some places, blooming coral and promethium over her joints and elbows, her hair and antlers like the orichalcum of dragon scale. Her fingernails and toenails glisten with the gold lead gray of adamantine. This is the Dryad of Chult, and she seems to be silent and imprisoned by a place you recall, Lake Luo. Parashar, you have memories of this Dryad of Chult taking a very special sapling and placing it in the back of your head. And as she does, she says, Parashar, World Tree of Chult. I am Soyomande, the Dryad of Chult. Please help this creature see the light. Make this your new home. I need you, and the two of you are our last hope. I have been imprisoned here in this lake by the leader of the Wanti. He calls himself Raz Nisi. Disconnected from the jungle of Chult, I need you, grandfather tree, to grow hope where I have planted it. In the mind of this monster. World Tree Parashar, please deliver us from evil. And you also recall Raggle Rock's dream.
Parashar is going to stand up and puff out his chest and be so incredibly heroic looking, like he's just absolutely resolute. He is the most resolute you have ever seen him. And the name Raznisi echoes in his mind, and the other words of the dryad echo in his mind as if his calling in life has come to him, and he knows what he must do. Now, is this a location nearby? Because if so, he is swiftly walking in that direction.
You do not recall where the lake was, but you remember a Chwinga brought you to it. The little elemental creature.
A Chwinga, okay. And there is none nearby, or is that the form that is taking shape, the spiritual?
Yep, there is one right in front of you guys with an Ironheart logo on it, with Lieutenant Rel's insignia as eyes, and it jumps into a rock, disappearing from sight, leaps out of the rock, reappearing, and motions with its hands in your direction, and you hear Lieutenant Rel's voice. This way, friends!
I was going to say, without question, he's walking towards it. With the knowledge that the Chwinga will lead him to the lake so that he can free the dryad, he will. I'm pretty sure there's nothing anybody could say to stop him at this point.
Well, we definitely wouldn't stop you. We're right along behind you, buddy.
Yeah.
He can't hear you. He's walking.
He's too focused. Laser-like intensity.
I love it.
I must be the Godfather tree.
Bro, you're the world tree? That's wild.
World tree. Fulfill destiny.
Musharib is like grinning ear to ear, and he's like got one arm around Parashar and one around Pip. Come, friends, we have been delivered from evil.
I gotta tell you, I've been waiting for something like this. Oh, my nerves are a wreck. Oh boy, and this is a little bit of a relief. Let's do this, y'all.
Yeah, no, definitely. Julian's following along for sure.
The Chwinga moves at a brisk pace and navigates alongside the river, the frozen river of Soshin Star. As you guys travel, the wind and the ice is getting worse. But the Chwinga encounters a large tree and steps into the tree, disappearing from view, then steps out of the tree and motions for you all to follow it.
No question.
Yeah, nope, done.
Pip, Parashar, and Julian, as you step into the tree, you reappear in different surroundings outside of a different tree. And ahead, you can see a fort. Log walls have been built up. You can see corners where there are, looks like humanoid figures standing at attention. And that is where we are going to take a short little break. We will be gone about 10 minutes to discover where you have been teleported to. Welcome back. The Ironhearts, as you guys step out of a tree, you see through the foliage a crude timber fortification, a walled compound with watchtowers, and it is encircled by a ditch bristling with sharpened stakes. A large gatehouse faces the river, on the shore of which are 4 rowboats tied to a wooden post. Scattered around the fort are piles of corpses, some human, some animal. They are all swarming with flies. You do not see your Chwinga friend around you. You hear a voice call out from one of the watchtowers. Who goes there?
It's directed at
Is-
Parshar, who I assume is out front.
Pip and Parashar were first to enter the tree, so you're first to exit. You're leading, so to speak.
Okay. What to say? Probably just gonna stare at it and tilt his head.
Yeah, I kind of look at you twice, like I thought you were gonna talk. We're the Ironhearts.
They both, you see 2 Chultan men kind of look at each other. Okay. Sorry,
Oh.
friend, we have not heard of the Ironhearts. This is Camp Vengeance. If you are not with the Order of the Gauntlet, we will consider you an enemy. You take your life at your own risk if you trespass.
What was that
No,
lake's
yeah,
name? Lake Low? Lake Lao?
Lake Luo.
Lake Luo. Parshar will say, where is Lake Luo?
Why are you in the jungle? What purpose do you have for being here? Give us an answer.
What's
We're
the
roaming through the
climate right
jungle
now?
to end the death curse.
Lake.
You ignorant sod.
Julian, make an intimidation check.
Called him ignorant.
If you truly are here to end the death curse, Camp Vengeance will welcome you.
We need to pick up some provisions for our ongoing journey. But if you need aid while we're here, let it be known, and we'll do what we can before continuing on.
Marshar clears his voice very loudly, or clears his throat. The lake?
I suppose our journey next takes us to Lake Luau. I'm told there will be
You see the men talking to each other. You can hear whispers before one of them announces, "We will bring Commander Breakbone. He will speak with you and determine whether you may enter.
Well,
Proceed to the gatehouse."
Very friendly.
Will our Triceratops fit in your gate?
We can put him in the Pokeball. Or flask.
No.
Yeah, I guess we got a poke in. All right. Well, Parashar, I know that you are quite motivated, and I respect that. But maybe we stop in here real quick before we head on to the lake. Does it sound all right to you, my friend?
No rest is needed.
Not for you, my friend, but for the rest of us. Indeed it is. At least to be able to pick up some of the provisions we have lost along our way that would probably be beneficial to the rest of us staying alive is all.
Aye, since we were all
Yeah.
run out of Fort Nyanzaru with the clothes on our back and a smile on our faces, which hasn't...
Sorry to interrupt. A small point of order. You all will be taking a point of exhaustion. You've been awake for 24 hours plus now. So whether or not you need rest is up for debate.
Up for debate.
Less than a debate and more just a reality that we need to face. But some of us are understandably motivated past exhaustion and are maybe not too worried about it. But you know, I don't think that I think that it's perfectly reasonable, is it not? to hang out for just a bit so that the rest of us don't die.
I will need everyone at full strength.
There we are then, my friend. Let's pokey Devin and then get on into this whole here for it here. Now.
Aye, so yeah, well, I guess we'll all approach the gate. It might be our first non-wilderness rest. How fun is
now,
that?
wouldn't that be a treat?
As you guys approach the gatehouse, you can see two other guards standing atop it, Chultan men. And at the very top, you can see a light-skinned individual. And he has on the robes of the Order of the Gauntlet and some breastplate armor. And he calls out, "Who is it? Who wants in my camp? State your names and your business."
Oh, we did all this. It's fine.
Coughs into
Don't worry.
Into his arm.
No, that other guy said he was fine. We're coming in. Is that all right? We're the Ironhearts. Did y'all communicate? Y'all need to work on your communication, if not.
"We have not received word from Nyanzaru."
Nyanzaru has been overrun by legions of the undead. and a giant fuck-off Hydra. So
Precisely.
you won't get word from Nyanzaru until that gets fixed.
Yeah.
Or word from Nyanzaru, really, if you want to get down to brass tacks.
I've been sent by God damn it. My memory is not so great. We've been up for quite a bit. But yeah, Wakanga. Our old friend Wakanga, Otamu, you know. And anyway, we'll verify all this. Just can we come on in, please? We're the Ironhearts. We're not with the Gauntlet technically, but we're affiliated. We're friends of Bjorn, friends of Lieutenant Rail, friends of Undrill.
Bjorn Thunderfoot.
Yeah, that old burr.
I've heard of this Bjorn. If you speak truth, you may enter. If this is a deception, you will find this camp has earned its namesake. Let them in.
What's your name, friend?
It's General
I'm
Grievous.
Commander Niles Breakbone, and this is my camp. You may enter under temporary friendship until we learn more from you and this potential fall of Nyanzaru.
Ain't no fake on.
The giant wooden gates open, allowing you guys to enter the camp. You can see tents have been raised. There seems to be a giant command tent and two smaller command tents. I'm not sure if you guys can see those now.
Indeed.
And there is a pin where you can see some sickly looking goats are being held. And you can see in the distance a whole mass of smaller tents. And in the other side, you can see a couple of wooden, looks like a jail. And there's a man in there. And you can see the other towers with their guards atop them. There's a small well. And there's just the scent of death and blood and sickness all around. Everyone seems to have sullen looks on their faces. A couple of the guards steel themselves as you guys enter. I'm Commander Niles Breakbone. Welcome to Camp Vengeance.
We appreciate the
Thanks for
hospitality. Thank you for not attempting to murder us as we approached.
I don't mean an insult, but now that we're in here, I can kind of see your position in trying to keep all these folks safe. Are y'all in need of assistance? Looks like you might be struggling a bit here. Again, not trying to offend, friend.
You see a couple looks from the guardsmen and the people walking about, and their demeanor kind of changes as you say, "Do you need assistance?" And then their looks of a hint of joy or hope fall as Breakbone says, "We need no assistance here. We're doing just fine."
Fair enough. Let's get down to business. So let's verify we are who we say we are, as that will potentially give you some peace of mind. And I see that that might be where we need to get to here. Establish more friendly relations, eh? So, could we get that sanded stone?
It was in Rel's bag of holding. You guys are like pulling this bag that Devin was carrying for you of all of Lieutenant Rel's stuff, all the stuff you had that was emptied from his bag of holding. So you have to rummage through your giant net of belongings to get yourself your sending stone.
Yeah, so, guess we call up Wakanga.
Okay, yeah.
With the attitude of just pulling my cell phone out of my pocket and being like, sorry, I'm waiting.
It chimes and blings, and you hear the voice of Noma Red Zeppi on the other side. This is Noma.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
We are in a delicate situation, to say the least, and I'm afraid. And then it cuts off.
No. That's not great. Well, so there's a situation. We told you outside, Nine Zaru has fallen, there is a Hydra, undead, you want tea, you name it, Wakanga and the rest of Nine Zaru retreated into the tunnels, tentatively trusting the Thieves Guild, and hoping that would turn out advantageously. It turns out that this person we just heard from is Noma Red Zeppi, the cook of Captain Julian, your ship, the Dark Messenger that we all rode to get here, and it seems like they are in some trouble, but you can tell by the belongings laid out in front of you.
Please, let's head inside the command tent. This sounds like information that should be divvied out to leaders. Not everyone needs to know if you are bringing this dire news. He coughs into his elbow. May I introduce my lieutenants? This is Ord Firebeard, and this is Bernay. And you see a dwarven man with a red beard, and you see a woman in robes clothing, and Niles Breakbone leads you all inside of his command tent. Come inside. Who are you, IronheartS?
I'm Pip. Hey, AFK, we were just introducing ourselves, kind of getting introductions going here. This is Captain Breakbone.
Commander Niles Breakbone.
You just demoted him a couple times there, Pip. Commander.
In the clearest,
Captain Julian
most
Alvari of the Dark Messenger.
Sorry.
and in the clearest, most pristine spoken that Parashar has ever said, he speaks in a booming voice, Parashar, the world tree.
AFK does a little short, quick wave.
Sorry, a few more introductions here. Bluegill Billy.
It's me, Bluegill Billy.
Chompy next to you.
How do you do, Mr.
Commander Niles Breakbone. He salutes at you. The dwarf, who's shorter but not little, takes your hand, Billy, and shakes it with a very tough, strong grip. He says, nice to meet ya. I'm Ord Firebeard. There's no short supply of enemies that fall to my axe. And you guys see the tall woman who's in robes with very similar outfit to what Niles Breakbone has. She just kind of nods and smiles at you all, this kind of regal bow. Welcome to Camp Vengeance, friends. As you guys are all kind of surrounded in this command tent that it looks like the three of them have been staying. There's this table in the center where you can see a map of Camp Vengeance and different little totems that they've been using to signal where they send out defenses, etc., etc. Little battle map of sorts. Now tell me again, Nyanzaru fell to a Hydra?
The Hydra was more of a minion than anything else, but very intimidating one. No, but it seems that hordes of the undead have, taken over the city. We barely made it out with our lives, and a handful of civilians who didn't have a great time.
They were led by a Yuan T named Fanthaza.
You can see the commander looking at his subordinates as they take in what you've just said. I told you, Firebeard. Turney, we're on our own out here. It's a good thing you listened to me.
Well, and that's where we are. As you experienced, we just heard from our friends that we had left with Wakanga, and it appears they are in some danger, as they have been for several days. It's very complicated. I'm sure you've noticed, the terrain, the very ground beneath you, changing every day. So it's far more than Nyanzaru that is at risk here. It's potentially all of Midgard.
Yes, we didn't prepare for the cold, but we've survived.
What can we do to ensure your survival continues?
Keep this place a secret. And you can see kind of pensive looks from his two lieutenants as he says this. How is it you came across Camp Vengeance?
Perhaps Parashar would be the best equipped to explain what the hell happened. But we were at Camp Righteous not minutes ago, really.
Wait, Captain. This isn't Camp Righteous?
No. Camp Righteous fell. We had to leave it behind, along with Niles Breakbone Sr. We've made do here at Camp Vengeance, where we will stay even until our dying breath. And you hear a hear, hear from Ord Firebeard, and you see another pensive look from the woman Perne. What was that? And you see Breakbone run out of the tent, look around, shout out to his guards. They all shout back, all clear. And as he's gone, Perne kind of looks at you all, just trying to catch eyes for a moment, then steels herself as he comes back into the tent. We're safe for now. You're welcome to stay at Camp Vengeance so long as you keep it a secret.
Oh, so it's a secret to everybody. Gotcha.
We'll do our best to not lead any more ne'er-do-wells to your location.
If you disobey this or any other orders from me, I'll send you to the jail cells that we've constructed.
Yeah, is that for prisoners of war or prisoners of this here?
Anyone who deserves to live but deserves punishment will be sent there. Currently, we've
Anyway.
got ourselves a drifter. Thought he could drift about under my territory. And you guys see a bit of blood splatter onto his sleeve. Won't be any drifting or meandering or anything of the sort while I'm in command.
So no moseying or ambling or walking about?
Keep what news you have to yourselves. Don't be talking to my men. We'll give you safe passage. I fear the news of the fall of Nyanzaru might spread panic. And I'll divvy out that news as I see fit, in any manner I see fit.
It's not how I run my ship, but I suppose it's your camp.
Damn
And
right it is.
He kind of eyeballs
Father
the
died for this camp. Yeah. And you catch eyes with Perne, and she's definitely like catching eyes with you with pensive looks.
Okay, so we're not making eyes at each other.
Right, no. She's keeping her opinion to herself, and you see Firebeard speak up. We've killed many a lot here, and I'll be killing many more.
How often are you attacked?
Not often enough, by my count.
Fair enough.
I love this guy.
Can I kind of just passively do a medicine check on old Breakbone?
Not passively. You'd have to ask him if you can inspect him.
Okay. I don't think he would take kindly to that.
Right.
Is there any other news you can bring us from the outside?
Well, not much news, but we do need to get to the Lost City as fast as we possibly can. So we just, I think, might stay the night and make our way from here.
You're welcome to sleep here. We don't have much room in the tents. Hopefully you brought your own.
About that.
Well, it'll be a lot easier to construct one here than out in the wilderness.
Well, I
true.
Have a little more time.
Are there any goods we could purchase from you? Or offer something in trade?
I'm afraid we don't have much to offer here. We've been cut off from Nyanzaru by my command.
How's your fresh water supply?
It'll do. We can offer what water we've been able to get from the wells.
No, I
I
mean,
believe we were about to offer you water.
Yeah.
If you have anything to give, best see the men in the smaller tents. We do fine here. And he gives a stern look to his two lieutenants. We don't need anything.
Okay.
If you have to
I
get
hear
something, I'm sure Sister Sias will take it from you. One last
Picking up
thing
what
while
you're-
you're in my camp. No talking to the prisoner.
The drifter. The layabout. I hear you.
Welcome, Ironhearts, to Camp Vengeance. Safe journeys. If you don't mind, this changes some of my men's plans.
Sir. Again, I don't mean to pry, but are you all right? Just between us here, your
He
trusted
looks at
advisors
you
and us.
angrily and cuts you off. I'm fine, damn it! Get out of my tent!
All right. Sorry to offend. You're very tough.
And his two lieutenants join him in a huddle at their table, and he waits till you leave.
Well, lodging for the night, safe within these walls, safe-ish. Maybe we get to constructing some kind of tent of our own out of what we have in our supplies already, and try and get some kind of rest before we collapse.
Anit looks at you, Pip. Yes, safe-ish is the right word. Let's get our tent around that campfire.
All right.
Yeah, Captain, do you want me to do some reconnaissance?
If you can do it discreetly.
I know how to point things and talk, without using words.
Oh, you should definitely talk to that prisoner.
Aye, then feel free to do your reconnaissance.
Okay, well, who should I talk to first?
I agree with Pip. The prisoner seems a likely candidate.
Okay, I gotta look inconspicuous. I'm gonna need a place to sit, some food, and a reason to be pointing my finger at him.
Can't you just surreptitiously point your finger while holding onto a bowl?
Well, I guess I could try.
Yeah, just hold like a glass between your fingers, with the stem in between your fingers, and just point
Oh, yeah,
discreetly.
that's a great idea. Boy, I wish I'd thought of that a long time ago.
Aye, that would have gotten us out of a fair bit of trouble. You remember the incident. I don't need to bring it.
Yeah, I know. It didn't help that I was also mad at him and pointing at him. It kind of gave it away.
Yeah, that did help give you away. But he did deserve it. No doubt about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You remember, I remember. We remember.
So I'm kind of fumbling
That's
around with like some canvas and sticks and whatever we have, and maybe a couple of the rain catchers, stuff that's in our supplies to try and build some kind of shelter for all of us for the evening over by this fire, where I'm kind of like, as I'm in process of that, I'm just kind of casually trying to take up a lot of space, and maybe even start chatting with some of these people, just chit chat.
Yeah, you definitely see a woman step out of one of the tents, and she has the priestess robes and armor of an Order of the Gauntlet. And she says, "Who are you, friends?" Please, I'm kind of busy right now. And she's got like a whole handful of supplies of water, medical supplies, and you can hear people like coughing in the tent that she just came from. You guys can see all of these small tents are crammed with people that seem to be in pain or sick or trying to sleep. and it is a
Oh,
whole
no.
infirmary.
Captain, I think
Some
these
kind of
people all
plague?
have. I think they have the General Grievous virus.
I think they have a very specific grievous virus, but
Yeah.
do continue.
I, did the
It's
did
called
Breakbone
Kenobi.
really did Breakbone really let you guys in? He doesn't do that very often.
Yeah, he
I'm
seems very
Sister
protective.
Sias. And she tries to shake your hand, but she's got hands full, drops a couple things.
Very nice to meet you. You seem very nice. How do you stay so chipper in a place that seems a little bit rough around the edges? No offense.
Oh, it's at the top of my to-do list.
What is?
Staying chipper. I mean, it's pretty terrible around here, right? I've got a lot to do, so talk to you later. And she heads
Nice
down to
meeting you.
one of the other tents with her medical supplies. But I'll introduce myself to your friends. It's on my list.
Arshar will
Yeah.
say, "She is so fast."
Well, okay.
Fascinating.
Are these four sitting by the fire? Are they all looking a little more healthy or less healthy than the people in the tents?
These people look to be healthy. You can see the acolyte is another priestess, and you can see the men are healthy. They're eating something in a wooden bowl, and they just kind of look at you with these pensive, depressed looks.
Oh, we're on two different sides of the camp. Well, hey
Yeah,
y'all, thanks for letting us share space.
I put your NPCs next to the campfire that Anit recommended you build a
Oh,
tent next to.
okay, then
So
I'm gonna head over to that side. I did not draw that distinction. My mistake.
no worries.
Uh,
Musharib and Chip and Anit are all there to help you, and uh, one of the soldiers that's helping you is coughing into his arm, and the other one looks to be healthy.
uh, I know a little about medicine. Could I make sure y'all are okay?
Their eyes kind of light up.
I just want to see what's going on. Do y'all know what's going on? I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but, the hell else is there to talk about? Am I right?
While Pip makes conversation, Julian's gonna slip off to the well and gather himself a sample of whatever water everybody's drinking here.
Big brain.
Pip, you can ignore a medicine check. You are able to determine very quickly through some basic inspections that this soldier immediately next to you has fever conditions. He's got a very high temperature. He's very drowsy and woozy, lacking energy. And the soldier next to him is clearly malnourished.
So this is yeah, I see. Y'all been running on bare bones, ain't you? Less than bare bones, if it looks like.
The two look at each other, and one of them says under his breath, "Breakbone."
What? Uh, Well, I don't want to get y'all in trouble. So I don't want to put you at risk if you don't want to take that risk. Keep it to yourself. We'll do a little more. We'll try and help as best we can. Let me just put it that way. Deal?
They look at each other and look at you and nod, a little bit doubtful, but a gleam of hope in their eye. Um, Pip, I do want to give maybe Billy or AFK or Julian a chance to mingle as well. Tell me what you guys are doing.
So yeah, Julian slipped off to go get some water from the well.
Okay.
She will not be drinking, because he has evolved beyond the need for water, thanks to his Promethean. Water's for sailing and given to my sailors. But yeah, and then he's going to quietly bring it to AFK and see if she has any insight into what might be in there.
Thanks,
She
Captain. I
does
was
science.
thirsty.
No, don't drink it.
Oh.
We can make our own water.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe
Well,
the disease that's afflicting all of these people might be in the well.
oh. Okay. Well, let's smell it. What's it smell like? Well, odor is one of the things to check. Let's see. Zach, would this be like a survival check to see if the water is what he suspects is, or like what kind of roll are we looking to make? Like a medicine?
The water is not affected by magic. It is potable. It's as clean and fresh as any other water that you would get from the well. Takes you a minute to inspect it and come to this determination.
Okay.
Sorry, Captain. I think whatever's affecting these people isn't coming from the water.
Well, then if you're thirsty, have a drink. You're welcome. And
And she takes it, and then she nods, and then when you turn around, she dumps it over her shoulder.
Water, yuck.
Oh no, you didn't trust it, so she doesn't trust it.
You guys see Breakbone go storming out of his camp. Ben, I heard something. Call out. And all of the guards call out, all clear.
Hey, Captain.
Storms back into his command tent.
Captain, I think the commander is suffering from some hallucinations or something.
I'm inclined to agree with you. See what you can get from that prisoner, and
Okay. Where's
and I'll see if I can't find out anything about that commander.
Oh, from that woman that you made eyes with?
We weren't making eyes.
I know what I saw.
I mean, you know, it's been a long time. And, no, we weren't making eyes.
I think you
It's a
should
purely
go for it,
professional.
bud.
It's purely professional interest.
Well, I'd be careful around her. She could be, she could be bad news. I'm just worried about you.
I appreciate the concern, but it's unnecessary. Nothing of an
Okay.
unprofessional sort will happen in a conversation.
Yeah, just remember, if you say take care of this.
Oh no! I'll make sure to not be ambiguous at all.
Okay. I'm gonna go find the little girl's room. Basically, I'm looking for kind of an enclosed space where I can cast invisibility without anyone seeing.
Oh, nice. Okay, make a stealth check. Yeah, you hide away to a latrine. It looks like no one is looking at you as you cast invisibility on yourself.
Let me mark it off here, and then I'll go see if there's anyone with the prisoner, like any guard.
It looks like the guards that are on the tower are taking turns between looking inside the encampment specifically at the prisoner area and looking outside the camp.
Oh, gotcha. So no one's actually like right next to it. They're just like spotlights
Yep.
kind of thing. Okay. So she'll stealthily walk over, and then when she gets close enough, she'll just whisper, excuse me, don't be alarmed. I'm just getting some information from my captain. Why are you in a jail cell?
You see the guard who was kind of like slumped down, perk up,
Mhm.
or not the guard,
Don't
sorry, the
yeah.
prisoner was slumped
Don't
down, looks up, looks around.
and then and then he goes, no, 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 don't move, don't look around, don't move, go back to where you were, same position, head down. Okay, we can talk if you don't move. Why are you in here?
Who is this?
I'm AFK. I'm like I said, I'm just trying to get a little information. We just got into this in encampment. And all I know is that the guy in charge seems really sick and really paranoid.
Breakbone?
Yeah, him. Yeah.
If you're here in Camp Vengeance, you're not likely to make it out, friend. The man
Why is
has
that?
lost his mind.
Oh. Let me guess.
I'm Artis.
Lord Artis? Okay.
Artis
What
Simber.
what's been going on in the camp?
Breakbone is delusional. He doesn't let anyone come in the camp and then let them go. He's hell-bent on keeping this place a secret.
Oh,
My
okay, I
friend,
see.
Dragonbait, was killed just a few days ago
Oh, I thought
when
he
he tried
made
to
him
escape. It's more of a nickname.
Oh,
We
okay.
had a long history
All right.
together.
You know, I'm not one to pry unless it's my captain. So I'll take your word for it. But yeah.
Sorry you're
So
here, AFK.
no, it's all good. I mean, you know, you know what? I'm sure we'll be fine. You know, so if there is there any message you want me to deliver to my captain?
Get me the hell
Or
out of here.
okay, yeah, that worked. You know, I didn't want to assume that you wanted out. So okay.
What'd you say your name is?
Oh, yeah, everyone just calls me AFK. It's a bit long-winded, and sometimes I'm not there all the time. So,
Yeah. Okay,
you know, like I'm
AFK.
not all the time. I'm not here you know, like I'm here, but you can't see me. You know, I'm getting off topic. Um, you know what? I'll be back, and well, you won't see me coming back, but I'll be back, and
I don't see you now.
yeah, I know, right? I love this spell. Anyway, I will go report to my captain, and we'll see what we can do to you know, give you a better sleeping condition. Bye. Does he stop? Does he say anything or?
He tries to mutter under his breath, but you hear him. What
Oh,
the fuck?
why do I always get people saying that when I leave? Okay. I will. I've got it for like an hour. Maybe I can go try to. I think I pushed my luck actually already. I'm gonna go over to the captain. If anyone else wants to do anything, I'll report in.
Okay. Do you stay invisible?
Oh yeah, yeah. I might like Julian might want to go. Have me listen to the next to the tent, hear what the subordinates and the commander are talking about or something. So
So are you going to Julian or going to the command tent?
Julian.
Okay. What's Billy doing?
Ronnie has been having some connection issues.
Oh, bummer. Uh, you see him and the dwarf are like comparing weapons and talking war stories.
It's almost
What
like they know
about
Alien's name.
Parashar? Anything you want to do?
Arshar is seeking rest, and after that, he is intent on the gate, or intent, how do I put it? Dead set on finding out where Lake Luau is. In
Lake
fact, those were the
Luau.
only words. Again, what's that?
No,
Am
you
I
guys
saying
could just call it Luau. I'll get over it.
Luau? Luau?
It's fine.
Lake Luau? He's only asking around about that. Do you know? He's walking up to random people in the room,
Sure.
and he's leaning forward, kind of accidentally exerting his height, and saying, "Do you know where Lake Luau is?"
No, but I know where Lake Luau is. No.
Oh my God! I
Why
tried to
don't you
help you.
make
I tried.
Why don't you make a persuasion check if you're able to do that?
Yar, momentarily. I'm jealous of Julian, who can make pirate accents at will. You said persuasion?
Yep.
Okay, just a moment. It's loading. Character, persuasion. Under persuasion. Looking down on me. Looking down. I'm sorry you had to endure that. Persuasion. I think this is it. Did it roll? Yes. 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4.
Sure, you have to say you cast guidance on yourself first, though, if you want those +4s in the future.
Wait, why is it auto adding guidance?
I think it's just set up that way on your character sheet. I think guidance is a cantrip, so it's really just a matter of the GM being like, yeah, you have to say you used it.
Yep.
So,
okay, so let's assume the first 3 people he asks, he forgets to cast guidance, and then he's like, "Oh right," and then he begins to cast guidance.
I like that. Checking one thing here. You do hear from one of the soldiers that they've heard of a great lake which lies to the southeast. And you will also recall in one of the letters to FEMA that they spoke of a great lake that they discovered when they entered from Kitcher's Inlet to the southeast.
Oh. Light bulb's coming on.
Yeah.
Puking leeches. Oh my God.
Parashar's got the journals out.
Yep.
Rereading.
Yep. After he gets this information, he's got like this focused look and his thinking cap on, and he goes back to, I don't know, a corner, and he crouches down and magically pulls out the journal pages, and he starts reading through them again.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
intently, like a detective, mumbling to himself.
So
Drooling
you've got
intensively
a
all over his work.
drooling on the journal pages.
Yep.
Um,
It adds
so you've got a general
authenticity.
So you've got a general direction that it is southeast.
Once this information kind of soaks in, Parshar will stand up very abruptly, resolute again, and then he'll look around the room for his comrades, and he'll take stock of whether or not we can leave right now or in 5 seconds.
All right, so all of you gather together around the campfire. Your camp tent constructed with some help from the locals and some local supplies. They are talking amongst themselves. You guys get around the tent and the campfire. Anit and Musharib and Chip all tell you guys. Musharib kind of speaks up. I do not like this place. We should not stay for very long. Chip speaks up. Yeah, this place gives me the creeps. And Anit says to you, there's something wrong with their commander.
Is Parshar among this grouping, or is this somewhere else?
You guys are all together now, huddled up around the campfire.
Parshar will, of course, nod and say, we should go. Now.
And then
turns around.
And then invisible AFK goes up to Julian and it whispers, Julian, this is your conscience. Have you decided who you're going to make your first mate yet?
I suppose I don't have one at the moment. Well, I'll have to find an able seaman to who knows how to tack sails and whatnot. It'll be trouble. I don't know. I'm gonna have a drink. But
and then you just hear you don't see anything, but you hear like fingers snapping, like so close.
So Julian actually is going to try to find what was her name? Breakbone's lieutenant, the one that was giving him significant looks.
Pernay.
It started with a P.
Pernay. Yeah.
So the three of them are still in the command tent. Pernay, Ord, and Commander Niles Breakbone.
Huh. So
AFK is no longer invisible, right?
AFK is still invisible.
Still invisible.
Yeah, that's why she was Julian's conscience. There for a hot minute, so.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm here. I was not here just a minute ago, and I was definitely not a conscience.
Julian is going to go to the tent and be like, Lieutenant Pernay, I believe something requires your urgent attention. Trying to affect a non-piratical accent. Somebody's got into the grog.
Make a deception check.
AFK was there. She's just like, no, Captain, you gotta open with a joke. You won't be able to get her out with that.
Commander, she says as she leaves the tent. Grog, we don't have any grog. And she's looking around at who called her out of the tent.
What kind of bloody camp doesn't have grog? What is happening in this camp?
No bites.
Well, Breakbone is a fearless leader, but his strategies are questionable. Our isolation protects us, but it also hurts us.
I can see that half your camp is racked with disease and starvation. And seems
We
there
didn't
may
plan. We didn't plan on the cold. Most of us aren't accustomed to it. There's so little to eat. This is our result. I've begged the commander to let us go search for supplies. Let us reach out to Nyanzaru. But we can't leave. He keeps us isolated so that no one may discover this camp, and we may keep it up.
Okay, but
He hasn't been the same since Camp Righteous.
Is it, so he, despite his questionable strategies, he's still well qualified to be the commander, of course. Yes? Or is he perhaps incapacitated in some way?
He's been more and more paranoid as time goes on. Temper hotter, quicker. But he is our commander. He's under a lot of pressure. I'm sure I would be behaving the same if I had lost my father at Camp Righteous. Had to deal with this place.
You didn't lose your father at Camp Righteous, though, did you?
No, but he did.
Right. Very well. Perhaps, he could use some relief from his troubles. Perhaps, it may be best that you were in command. Hypothetically.
I love you.
Tell her she has pretty eyes.
Really sweep that mutiny under the rug there.
Just
hypothetically speaking, Captain Julian, I don't think I could shoulder such a burden. But if it came to it, I would.
No one thinks they can shoulder the burden until it happens. I suggest that perhaps you give your commander the opportunity for some rest. He seems to be hallucinating. Often, sleepless crews suffer from the same affliction.
He doesn't sleep often. I've always been first to sleep in the command tent. But Firebeard says that he gets his sleep.
Firebeard says. Fascinating. Okay. You ever hear of a little place called Gondor and a fella named Wormtongue? It's an old legend, but it's probably not relevant. In any case,
Tell her you're looking for a first mate.
We could sail away, just you and me.
What's that?
What? What?
Okay. I'm sorry, I apologize.
In any case, we should probably be getting off to sleep. But I appreciate your insight, and let me know how your suggestions go over, if you would.
Make a persuasion check. You can't tell anyone that I spoke against the commander, or I'll be in that cell.
Oh, of course not. You got a 16 on that.
Sister Silas has brought those concerns to the commander, but he won't even let her inspect him for medical conditions anymore.
She's the one who was ministrating the afflicted in the tents back there, yes?
Yes.
The
she's
bubbly,
got her own.
excitable.
Yes, I don't know how she keeps such a positive outlook. Maybe she has her own medical conditions, but her and the commander haven't spoken in weeks. I'm afraid he can't be reasoned with sometimes.
Sounds like someone fit for command, if I ever heard it.
He is strong, and he cares about this place, these people. He's only doing what he thinks is best. It's our job to trust our leadership.
Sure. Yes, indeed it is. Having been
Tell her
mutinied
about-
before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell her about your mutiny.
It's not a fun kettle of fish, but
Captain, you
Aye.
do have the leadership sort about you. I will try speaking with him.
aye. Much obliged. And again, let me know how it goes.
She nods and makes her way back into the tent.
You know, Pip, you're always looking to help people. That sister could probably use some help. I think her niceties is only a facade.
That or she's on drugs. Well, AFK, that's actually not a bad idea. Gives me something to do now. The tent is built, right?
Sure, yeah. Tent has been constructed.
Then
get
yeah,
some help.
actually, I would definitely go jump into that. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really?
That's actually a great idea.
Billy, do you want to come with?
Oh yeah.
And
I'm ready
you
to
guys
get down and dirty.
you guys see Billy and Firebeard are comparing their weapons over by the goats. Chompy is like salivating and like propping himself up onto the little pen that the goats are in, and they're all huddled on the other side.
So cute.
And what are you guys doing?
We were gonna go try and help Lady Silas.
Yeah, so you guys see her running back and forth from all of the tents. She's always busy and holding something. Oh yes, you are on my to-do list. I'm Sister Silas, and she shakes. She goes to shake your hand. Pip drops a couple of things, picks them up.
Hey, yeah. So we're here to help. We know a little bit about medicine, and you put us to work. All right.
Okay, you go over to that tent. I think they need water and food, and I don't have those, so I've mostly just been trying to keep everyone in a good mood.
Well, that works.
Person is a
Okay,
hero.
so what does that look like? Do you just tell jokes, or?
Yeah, I'm not very good at telling jokes, but a lot of times I'll just tell stories. I'm a worshiper of Athena, and so I really like to tell people about my studying and my training. It was in Midgard, and not everyone's, or it was in the Zobek, over in the Crossroads. Not everyone's from there, so it's a big
I am.
city, and you see all sorts of. Really?
Yeah, born and raised. Well, I only lived there for a little bit. I was something of a prodigy, so I got shipped around to a bunch of homes when I was a kid. Homes royals and blah blah blah. It was not very fun, but yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay, hold that thought. I hear someone calling for me, and she turns around and goes to another tent as someone's crying out, "Look, Sister Silas!"
Yeah,
Okay,
so
but
I
you
take
two
her.
are still on my to-do list. She cries as she jogs over to another tent.
Yeah, I would definitely just take her. Suggestion. I would go over and help the tent that needs water and food that doesn't have any, and I mean, we don't really have a whole lot to speak for, but we can help deliver it to them from the well.
So yeah, you guys can deliver some water, some positive outlooks to these people. Everyone that you see is like wounded, or and there's like an infection that's spreading because there's not enough bandages and medicine to um, tend to these wounds, or they're malnourished and have fever conditions, or have fever conditions from trying to heal from these wounds. You can see like a lot of the people are. I mean, it is brutal what you see of people that need help and aren't getting it. There are 20 people count total in these tents that are sick and dying.
We'll look
Elite
around.
speaks. Sorry, go ahead.
Parshar will look around, look at his comrades directly and say, "Leave for the lake." Like, right as we're all soaking this in.
Soon, buddy, soon.
You can see Enit speaks up. I've some magic. The priestess Isis can help me, but not enough to help all of them.
Yeah, I mean, we can't save everyone, but we can provide at least the same kind of care that um, this poor, overworked nurse is, forced to contend with. A little bit of public service ain't never hurt us, and probably best to stay here the night and make sure we don't get exhausted, even though this man is crazy. I think, considering how sick he is, and I don't want to say this out loud, but you all know what I'm thinking. Um, you know, anyway, yeah. So that's my thoughts. You know where I'm at. But so let's just try and let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. We're here, right? They're not having any fun. We're not having any fun. Let's try and spice it up. So I walk into the tent and I'm like, doing a whole. I'm like trying to do a whole like slapstick routine or some shit.
Patch Adams.
Yeah.
Oh my
I hadn't
God, yeah.
thought about it that way, but basically.
Waka waka.
But it's Pip. So Pip is doing like infusing paint with magic and kind of trying to entertain and uplift in a less clowny way. His way.
I'm pretty sure anything you do will be amazing to them besides looking at the tent wall.
Maybe
and bleeding and suffering.
Maybe some paintings, some portraits being made, asking them about their families. Just getting to know these people.
So Pip walks in like, I'm the Great Ponderoski. How's everybody doing? Oh, now I know we can't talk about certain things, so I ain't gonna. But what I will do is uplift your hearts today. Now you, my friend, over here in the bed. Now imagine you looked a little different, and I kind of just chucked down a quick drawing of him. Instead of laying in this bed, he's jumping on top of it. And you over there, my friend. Now I like that outfit, and he's got a gown on, like he's real sick, hospital gown kind of style thing. He's instead in the drawing, he's got uh, a loincloth, and he's swinging from a branch. We've got all these kinds of drawings. Kind of, I really like the idea of incorporate. Who's your favorite kid? I'll draw your favorite kid. Yeah, bringing a lot of energy into the room and trying to provide a little bit of that. And as well as he's got water. People are bringing in water and stuff like that as well, and doing our best to provide some service.
Okay. You do see that the water helps. A lot of them ask, and that you receive a lot of warm looks of fleeting hope from these people. You do get a lot of people asking for medicine or food or things to help them pass the time. If you have any dice or playing cards, spare paint supplies.
I mean, we
The
got a
little
jug
things.
that has like a bunch of water in it. Could just
It
fill up.
works, I think, once a day, your jug.
Right. So
You
so
have
we
to
get
use it.
like 2 empty barrels or 4 empty barrels or however much it makes, and just fill up the barrels.
So
It makes 2
I-
gallons, I think, depending on
2
what.
Oh,
gallons
I'm
of
sorry.
liquid
You're right.
antibiotic concentrate?
I'm sorry. I was thinking. What is that? Acid or bleach? I don't know.
Drink this.
how many?
According to the Trump administration, waka waka. How topical.
Iodine. That's what
Big
it's called.
line.
Iodine. That stuff that'll clean the wound, but it burns like heck.
Oh yeah, iodine will do that for sure.
Alcohol. Yep.
Iodine burns way harder than alcohol. It sucks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Don't recommend
so
it.
like rubbing. So if it can be any alcohol, you could say rubbing alcohol, right?
Or iodine. Yeah.
Okay.
Either one.
All right. We need something that can hold 2 gallons worth.
Sure.
And
So
I know
someone
what you're
brings
gonna
you-
say, Captain. I know what you're gonna say, Captain, and we need to use something that's not your stomach, because I know that you could hold 2 gallons of the alcohol.
Grog is not a great medical implement. It'll sterilize the wound, but it'll also expand it for those weak of constitution. So, by all means, use it on rubbing alcohol and take care of these
Tomorrow you can have as many gallons of it as you want, as long as that's up to 2.
people. I'll say 2. 2 gallons of grog.
Okay.
If Parashar knows where he can lay down, he's going to try to get onto starting his. When you sleep for a full 8 hours, you can relieve 1 point of exhaustion. Is that correct?
Yes, you guys do have access to a safe long rest. You are technically not in the jungles. You have a campfire to warm yourself and cook any food. Your bedding is well enough that I will say you have access to a safe long rest. So if you'd like to begin the 8-hour period for that, Parashar, you may.
Yeah, he's going to start right away. No time to waste.
I will say Chip joins you, but Musharib and Anit are waiting to see what the rest of the Ironhearts are up to, so they do not go inside yet.
So, have we reached a consensus? I'm trying to speak very privately, just to the Ironhearts here. So I'm
Okay.
going out of my way to be cautious. But
Like,
I kind of like.
meeting in the.
Sorry.
Oh, I said just meeting in the tent that we made.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, our everything is bad here, and we should be helping in some significant way. I don't want to do violent regime change, as that is usually bad for the people at the bottom
Right.
of this obvious hierarchy.
But
But
what about, polite regime change? Maybe, oh, looks like the commander's down for a long drug-induced nap. We need somebody to take charge.
I mean,
Huh?
it's even I could try and use some magical restoration on him to see if that might at least make him not such a prick. But I don't know if I might be deeper than that. So it's not magical. I think we would have already determined that. But it is.
Well, would we innately know that, or should
Oh,
we
did we
perhaps
not check?
I
we
didn't notice. I
we
didn't
checked the
ask that
well,
either.
but we
Yeah, just some water.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, if his sickness is something magical induced, or his delusions, we might want to know that. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Well, it might matter actually. Now that I think about it for a second.
If it's magical, you could hypothetically dispel it.
True. That's exactly where my head's at. Is if it is a magical source, we could dispel it. If it's not, we might be able to join efforts to try and heal him.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
Yeah.
I think what's the easiest and probably the answer we have time for is something a little more drastic. I would hate to. I don't want to hurt nobody if we can avoid it. But we got to figure out some way to help these people, or they're all going to die. It might not be our business, and frankly, all the well, I don't know how else to put it. The colonial forces that exist within Chult aren't necessarily here under any kind of good faith for the rest of Chult in a long-term sensibility. So ethically, I don't really give a shit. I just don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want nobody to get hurt, and I don't care who you are. I just think everyone should live good lives.
Billy, what do you think?
Billy.
Billy, the first time in his life, deep in thoughts.
Or dead asleep.
He sleeps
Yeah,
with
that
his
is
eyes
another
open.
thing we should consider is when should we get some rest, because we definitely need it. We are safe here, ish anyway, safe-ish
I'll
for the
still
time being.
I still
Yeah.
you know, I'll still
Captain?
be a lookout. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably still have someone standing guard at the tent.
Aye, and since I don't technically need to sleep, I will stand the first watch. I will need
Oh,
4 hours to myself.
you gonna go talk to that girl again?
No, I needed that for my weird trance thing.
Oh, okay. You know what I can do is I can put a little faithful hound right next to you.
Oh,
Oh,
obliged.
I think Billy, are you saying something?
He's muttering in his sleep.
Yeah, you guys see Billy talking in his sleep, cuddled up with Chompy in your tent.
Well, I guess.
Parashar, are you asleep?
But if we can just
Like a log.
It is so scary when he answers in his sleep. Oh, it wasn't another racing one, was it?
Wait, you had a racing dream? That's very strange. Probably a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. I had a weird dream. I had a dream that I was in like some stands in a crowd and I was cheering everybody on. Also, I had a lot of popcorn. It was great.
Very strange. Regardless, I think we should all get some rest. Recover a little bit.
Okay,
I
let's
will,
see here. One action. Ba-da-da-da. Lasts for 8 hours. And the dog will be at the front of the tent. It is invisible to all creatures. Can't be harmed. A smaller, larger. Here, I'll just link it.
Thank you.
Before we. Oh, okay.
Oh,
When
Cool.
we go to sleep, I'll be putting up the guard dog.
Ah,
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, and well, the password is a good boy.
we should probably then not sleep in a high traffic area like this spot right by the fire.
Oh.
I suggest the
Wow.
north end by the command tent.
Wherever you want it, Captain.
Aye. Yeah, so I'm thinking like right here. So that way, like, there's not a lot of foot traffic.
Wait, why? Because of the guard dog?
Because of the guard dog. Because, are we telling all of these people our password?
Oh.
No, it would just be us. Yeah.
I don't exactly want every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this camp spooking a guard dog unnecessarily.
I could have. Let me see here. I could have the guard dog just like in the middle of the tent.
Aye.
Yeah, I guess like end to end, this place is really only 75 feet, 80 maybe. Yeah, so the 30-foot space would be like most of this map. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good point.
We can make the logistics work the way you want it to. It's not going to, you can speak to that. You can, when you cast the spell AFK, you can tell the hound, hey, cool it, there's going to be a lot of foot traffic.
Oh yeah. Don't. It'd be more like, all right, now don't start barking unless someone's trying to come inside. Okay. If they try to come inside and don't say the password. Okay, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, come here. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It's still, anyways. So yeah, you guys set up your defenses. Go ahead.
Before we drift off to Slumberland, should we figure out what to do if good old Bonebreak tries to not let us leave tomorrow? Is that just immediate, well, we're going to kill you? Or is that a little bit more subtle tactics? I could try and talk us out of it, but...
It's conversation.
Okay.
I mean, unless the captain says take care of it.
All right. We will continue peacefully. Sounds like as peacefully as we are capable. All right. Good night.
So is the Hound the only one staying watch?
No, Julian is too.
Okay.
For, and we're probably just going to do a redundant watch rotation. So Julian still needs 4 hours, but he can do 4 hours of watch and then wake up Pip, who can do it for an hour, and then who can wake up AFK,
Yep.
who can do it for an hour.
Yeah, you guys have. Okay. Yeah, you guys have a watch routine, and it's included in the long rest rules that you can be interrupted for up to an hour. So let's see. I think it's the either Welcome to Chult or Traversing. Lookout order. Lieutenant Rel would normally take first watch, so Pip, you take first watch. Julian only requires 4 hours of sleep, and then someone else needs to take a 2-hour watch.
I will be right back. I'll be like back in 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Cool.
So it sounds like AFK is not staying watch.
No, she's actually really tired and exhausted, and she has like bags under her eyes, and it looks awful.
Oh.
We can get Chip, Musharib, Anit, Chompy.
Okay, Musharib and Anit volunteer to take their watch at the same time, or for you guys.
Cool.
So let's see. Julian,
Aye.
an hour or so into your watch, as night takes the rest of the camp and the other Ironhearts are sleeping, you can hear arguing and yelling coming from the command tent before you hear Niles Breakbone call out, "Guards, Caesar!" and Perne is drug across the ground and put in the other jail cell. He coughs. "Under my command, Perne Selhana is under arrest. She's to remain here, detained, until I deem otherwise. An announcement will be made in the morning."
Julian makes a mental note. Aye, an announcement will be made in the morning. Just not the one you're expecting.
Oh.
You see Firebeard next to Commander Niles Breakbone. "Commander, this ain't right. Perne's loyal. She's followed us this far. And perhaps tonight's revelry has gotten to ye head." "Shut up, Horde."
Terrible forced laugh, huh?
And Julian, you can see the two of them take a bite of some fruit of some kind and head back into the camp and keep laughing. It's like a drunken laughter.
Do I see any other signs of this fruit? Like, anybody else eating it?
No one else in the camp is having any fun. Most people are asleep. And as the two enter the tent, they secret the fruit back into their pockets, making sure no one saw them.
We should probably ask the medic about that in the morning. Like, oh, hey, we saw some fruit. I presume I'd be able to describe the fruit.
Make a perception check.
I do have dark vision. But, yeah. Perception.
Stand by.
Nerp.
You didn't get a very good look at it, but it was as its juice was dripping, it was glittering.
Hmm. That's pretty distinct. No,
The
got some
juice, like,
unclear.
yeah, kind of like you see it like staining their hands with glitter. And where it drips into the ground, it shines glittery before it dissipates after a few seconds.
Hmm. So yeah, he's gonna, cause yeah, can't do a mutiny unless you're fully rested. You certainly can't orchestrate a coup. So this will wait till morning. But yeah, we've got things to do tomorrow. Some
And
liberation, some maybe drug addiction counseling, which I certainly don't need, but but they might. But yeah, no, so he's gonna continue his watch. Um just ensure nobody gets the idea to drag any Ironhearts to jail either.
you hear Julian, you hear from the direction of the jail cells. Captain Julian.
He'll amble over there, despite the specific prohibition against ambling in the camp. But
Walking, dragging, crawling. Fine. Ambling? Oh, hell no. Get that shit out of here.
moseying is not okay, apparently.
Perne's looking at you. She's got tear. Looks like she's been crying. He won't listen to reason. I don't deserve this.
Aye, that you don't. Not to worry. Get some rest, although your accommodations are a little less than comfortable. Perhaps things might change in the morning.
Thank you.
Aye.
It looks like him and Ord had what I thought. The container is labeled weapons and supplies, but the way they were behaving, it looked like dancing monkey fruit.
Does that have glittering juice by any chance?
It's the only way I was able to catch what it is. We've encountered it in the jungles before. I think it's possible that the parties he sent out to collect food, maybe he didn't send them out for food.
Perhaps he didn't. Aye. We'll look into that.
Be careful.
Oh, I was born careful. Careful Julian, that's what they called me. Never been a more careful man in your life. Not to worry.
Anyway, good night, Captain.
Good night. So, yeah, he's gonna go back to the IronheartS tent. Just, again, make sure nobody gets any ideas.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check. I'm not proficient in stealth, but hey, I'll take that.
You don't see anyone noticing you or noticed you as you make your way back to your lookout spot, petting an invisible dog.
Good boy.
We had a later start, so I'll keep it going a little bit longer. We'll be wrapping up soon. You guys gain the benefits of a safe long rest. So you get half your hit dice back. Any expended hit dice, you get half of them back. You restore all of your HP. You get back your spell slots. And you cannot benefit from another long rest for 24 hours. And morning comes to Camp Vengeance. Musharib and Anit tell you, we saw Perne in the jail cell.
Aye. Commander didn't much like her suggestion that he take a nap. Perhaps we need to do something about that. So he's going to describe everything he saw while he was, on lookout. The conversation and the dancing monkey fruit and all that good stuff. And suggest that perhaps a bit of a change of command is in order.
Who will lead this place?
I see somebody in a cage over yonder. Seems to me she's qualified. We certainly can't stick around. We've got errands to run, death curse to end, etc. Lake to visit, luau to attend.
They have a better chance of survival with somebody competent and not under some deranged magic of a fruit. And between her and the rest of the people who have ultimately been running the real functionality of this camp, as far as our friend the nurse and the other people who obviously do quite a bit of work around here, I think collectively they'll be fine. They just have to be allowed to leave to take care of themselves and not be restricted by this paranoid madman.
I'm inclined to agree. So, shall we stage a coup?
Anit speaks up. It occurs to me that this journey has been more dangerous than I ever could have imagined. The ley line magics that affect Chult have made it even worse than it was before. The loss of Nyanzaro means we can't go there for help. I left on this journey for visions of red wizards in a city I no longer want to go to. We have been sent here for a reason. And you are far better equipped, IronheartS, to see my visions through. I will remain here and aid these people. Undril would have done the same, and she isn't here with us anymore. And this is where
Goddamn.
she deserves to be, and I will make sure that her body remains here, and I will act in her stead.
Very well.
IronheartS, I'm depending on you to find this lost city to investigate the red wizards that I know you will find there. If leadership is needed in Camp Vengeance, I'm happy to aid in that.
That seems reasonable as well. Well, ladies and
Here.
gents, no time like the present.
Aye.
Chip speaks up. I also do not wish to travel this jungle anymore. And I will remain here.
Extremely reasonable. I'd rather
Yeah,
not travel.
respect that decision. Frankly, that's some basic shit, man. I appreciate y'all's service to these people. They need it. They need you. You're right. Maybe you were sent here for a greater purpose. I think you're right, personally. I think it's fucking cool.
If you do find the lost city, come back for us. My tribe and Ashara are protecting the rightful royal descendants of their line. We will wait for you here, IronheartS.
Well,
Musharib speaks up. We have taken a blood oath, IronheartS, and I promise to deliver you to the lost city. And that's what I plan to do. I will not
hell
be
fucking
seen
yeah.
here.
We love to see it, Musharib. I knew we had a special connection the moment I met you, but
And now that I know I'm traveling with Parashar, I must see it through.
well, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for getting us this far. For all that you've done for us, Ironheart. And for your people, for Chult as well. You've provided a great service, and I can see that before things are over, you'll provide a great deal more of that. I, from the bottom of my heart, gotta tell you how much I appreciate that.
It is the will of Chult. The spirit of the forest guides us.
Oh,
Yeah,
command tent?
yep, let's get to it, brother. Let's whoop some ass.
Oregon. I'm a polite talking to.
Anit speaks up. Do we have a plan?
Oh, justice.
The plan is more or less well, we go in there and we overpower them because I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then we announce the change in management. Doesn't have to be complicated.
As Dagan would say, bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it.
If we simply overpower them, it's possible these people will not see our way.
All right.
See us as malcontents enforcing our will.
Well, in that case, we drag out the crate of dancing monkey fruit. We go, hey, looks like everybody's drugged out of their goddamn minds. Perhaps, I mean, part of me is inclined to just charge in there and say, The gods have sent your doom, motherfuckers. But
Yeah.
but no.
We're going to try peaceful methods as long as we possibly can, but I don't think two sick dudes are going to really put up too much of a fight if it needs to come to that. We have plenty of... I'm sure we will get even more evidence for their misconduct and their bad leadership. If and when we get into that tent, I think it's just a matter of getting in there and doing our best to try and see if we can talk them out of it peacefully before we do anything else.
I don't believe these men deserve death.
No, I think you're right. They just are going to be really hard to convince, is the thing. We're going to give it our best shot. We'll do everything I can to make this a violent overthrow, but some kind of peaceful resolution. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to make it very public. Shit, we could probably put it to these people to see if we could just essentially hold a free election. That might take more time. But, you know, we need a little bit of that democracy, you know?
Either way, polite mutiny is the order of the day.
Yeah.
It would help if one of their own was on our side.
Yeah, should we go bust out our friends
Or
from jail?
more.
Oh yes, let's go do that right now.
Yeah, let's start there.
And Neat kind of motions
Okay.
like she has a headache.
What do you want to need? What is your plan? Since you're so full of naysaying and nattering nabobs and whatnot.
I admire your desire for actions and swift justice. I'm not a diplomat, but
And
we shouldn't
clearly
start.
neither are we.
Perhaps we shouldn't start with a jailbreak.
Well,
All right, go get the medic.
Let me-
Tell her about the monkey fruit.
yeah, that's a great
like
idea.
that idea.
Yeah. I'm from Zobek. We're both from the Crossroads. Let me give it a shot. So it was Sylvia?
Sister Silas.
Silas.
And as you guys exit your tent, justice and liberation in mind, and soon to be action, I think this is a good spot to end tonight's session of the IronheartS, the Tomb of Annihilation.
Fair enough. Breaking my heart with these cliffhangers, but you're also keeping me. You're also keeping me engaged, and I can't fault you for it. I can only thank you.
So as the sun rises on Chult and liberation, our sun sets for the evening. I know some people, like myself, have an early day tomorrow. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you would like to see IronheartS previous episodes, visit the Nerdcrafty Network YouTube channel if you're not there already. Give us a follow, please. We do need those follows. And we also have art, supplemental materials on the Nerdcrafty website and Discord channel. We've got the IronheartS at nerdcrafty.com email. The next IronheartS live broadcast will be in 2 weeks, and we will be taking the month of July off. So we'll be back in August with some more Tomb of Annihilation chapters. I want to thank my players, Weston, Ryan, Matt, Shane, Ronnie, who did have to duck out a little bit early. I know he's got an early day tomorrow, too. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We really do freaking appreciate it a whole lot. And
Thank you.
we'll see you next time.
Catch you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.